What's good, YouTube? It's your boy EGF Hoops here with another amazing YouTube video, and I am back for the 2021 to 2022 NBA season. As you know with the title, we're about to go over players that fell off. Really, just people who started off with a slow start and needed a clickbaity title. You feel me? But we're gonna go over the 4 players that I noticed have had a slow start this NBA season. If this audio in this room is too bad, I want y'all to let me know in the comment section below. But before we get into this video, don't forget to hit that sub button. We're trying to hit 50 subs, so I need y'all to hit that subscribe button. Make this video do good. Comment down below which player you feel like fell off the most, or which player I should have made this list or fell off in your opinion. And don't forget to like the video because it helps the video a lot. If you like some personality in my voice, you can go follow my main channel down below. We'll talk more about that at the end. Now let's get straight into this YouTube video, y'all. First player on my list is Robert Covington. Now, Robert Covington is normally known as a 3-and-D wing. He played shooting guard position before, small forward, power forward, even played center for the Rockets before. We start off with my boy Robert Covington. He had a noticeable fall off this season, although it is only 4 games into the season. If you don't know, now you know he's starting power forward for Portland. He averages about 4 points, 5 rebounds, and like 0.3 assists. If you've watched any Portland games, they're now 2-2 and this video is being recorded. Again, we've only been 4 games into the season. His defense has been noticeably slower. He's shooting under 30% from 3, shooting under 30% from the field. And again, the first game of the season, I think they played the Kings, and Harrison Barnes dropped 36 on them. So I think it's fair to say that we've seen Rocco take a little bit of a drop off. I mean, it's not like he was that much of an well, I don't want to say he wasn't an offensive player, but he's averaging 4 points a game. That last season he averaged about 9, that's less than half. The fact that he's noticeably slower on defense is not a plus, considering he's already an undersized power forward. He's like 6'6", 6'7". He needs to make more shots from 3, shooting under 30%. As a 3-and-D wing is unacceptable. It's just really as simple as that. Portland's 2-2. Let's go to the next player. The next player on my list is Russell Westbrook. And there's a lot that we can talk about Russell Westbrook / Brook. Now, Robert Covington, we didn't really have any excuses for him playing the way he's playing. If he keep playing like this, he's probably going to lose his starting spot to Larry Nance. But we're on Russell Westbrook / Brook. Now let's talk about his defense first of all. Russell Westbrook's on-ball defense have been respectable this season. But outside of that, everything else has been trash. His rotations has been trash. His defense with screens have been trash. His off-ball defense has been trash. And he's been gambling entirely way too much this season. I don't know if he wants the stats or if he's always done this, but now that I'm watching him a lot more, that he's on the Lakers. But besides that, let's look at what he is doing for the Los Angeles Lakers. He's averaging 18 points, 9 rebounds, and 9 assists with an outstanding 6 turnovers. That is a career high, but again, we are only 4 games in. There's not really much else you can say about Westbrook. He's really been the same. It's just I feel like him meshing in with the Lakers, that could just be what this is. And again, he still is. He's been inefficient from everywhere on the court. Outside of that big game against the Spurs, which they only won by 4. And if you follow me on social media, you would have saw me, I don't want to say criticize, but critique the amount of Lakers fans that was celebrating his win. You went into overtime with a team whose best player went 9 for 24. Then they went on to blow a 26-point lead to the Thunder the next day or 2 days later. Not saying this is all Russell Westbrook's fault, but not saying he didn't play a part in it. He did have 10 turnovers. And he is shooting a whopping 42% from the field, 17% from 3, and 47% from the free throw line. The man isn't even making half of his free throws, y'all. So this is just a slow start. It's not like we haven't seen Russ do this before. He's had slow starts, and it is him in a new system. So I'm not saying he's going to be like this the entire season, but I'm just saying to start off, he's starting off pretty slow. And it's just a new situation, I guess. It is a chance he's declining too, but I think it's way too early to even bring up the thought of Russell Westbrook declining, honestly. Next player on my list is I have James Harden. I feel like we all knew James Harden was going to be on here. Probably because a lot of the reason why I don't want to say he fell off, but he isn't doing too good, is probably just him trying to adjust to the new free throw rules, as we've seen. His free throws has been down. He was averaging 11, 12 free throws a game, and this season he's averaging like 3 to 4. That's a big drop off in free throws. And as Steve Nash said, they kind of made him the poster boy child for the rule, I guess. So they're saying, basically trying to say he doesn't get a lot of calls. It's a lot of no calls going on. For me watching the officiating with the Nets, it looks like they're just implementing the new rules, and James Harden has tried to do it a couple times, and the refs just aren't going for it. But let's talk about James Harden as a player so far this season. This season, James Harden has not shot over 42% from the field. He had 2 games where he shot 6 for 16. He shot 4 for 12 last night, and I think the second game of the season he shot like 7 for 17. First time in 8 or 9 years where we've seen James Harden go 5 games in a row without shooting at least 5 free throws. He's averaging 5 turnovers a game, which is kind of normal for James Harden, but with his Offensive rating being the lowest it's ever been in his career at 93. He didn't even 100 with offensive rating. I think he did that in like his rookie year at least. It's not really an upside with those 5 turnovers. He isn't even averaging 20 points. He's averaging 17 points, 7 assists, 8 rebounds. Just below average for what we're used to seeing from James Harden. But again, it could be the fact that he's just adjusting to this new rule change. It could be, like he said, he's still recovering from his injury. I saw some people blasting James Harden on Twitter saying he was hanging out with Little Baby and doing all these things in the offseason, going on picnics in Paris, but he wasn't worrying about rehab or doing the right things. And I was going to say that y'all do not know what this man does with his life. Y'all are crazy on Twitter, man. But that's all I really have to say about James Harden. I expect better from him. He is shooting 36% from the field, 33% from 3, and he's shooting 93% from the free throw line. And again, this is the lowest offensive rating of his career. We've never seen James Harden play this bad offensively. And it's not like he's doing much on the defensive end to make it seem like he's some type of two-way threat or anything. He's averaging a block and a steal. It's not bad. It seems like he's trying. I'm just going to believe that James Harden is just trying to recover from the hamstring. I feel like he doesn't trust it as much. He's not as aggressive, and he's just looking for them. He's just foul baiting because he doesn't know any other way to get his points while not trusting his hamstring. It's a good thing the Nets have Kevin Durant, and I think it's pretty fair to say that if James Harden doesn't improve, he's going to take that player option next year. That stuff he was talking about free agency earlier in the season or in preseason. He's taking that player option and taking that, probably about $40 million. And another thing is, it's pretty obvious that the Nets need Kyrie Irving if James Harden is going to play like this with the new foul baiting rules. Kyrie needs to get that vaccine. And the last player that I have on this list is Damian Lillard. It's pretty obvious why Damian Lillard. Another team that is 2-2. Well, the same team, him and Roko's on the same team. The Blazers are 2-2, and Damian Lillard is averaging 18 points, 8 assists, and 3 rebounds this season. And I don't want to say those numbers is bad. It's just not Damian Lillard-like. He was shooting 8% from the free throw line a game ago after last game. He's shooting about 17% from the three-point line. He's shooting about 33% from the field and about 94% from the free throw line. So it could just be a slow start to the season for Dame. This happens for a lot of people. And as he said in the press conference today, he'd take 9 years over 4 games any day. And I 100% agree. If it's not one player on this list that I'm worried about getting back on track, it's probably going to be Dame. And if it isn't Dame, if Dame doesn't get on track, all I gotta say is that Portland's about to break up. Finally, we're all tired of this CJ and Dame and CJ, Dame and Norman. Honestly, those big three, that big three or that point guard, shooting guard, small forward combo will not work. They're all under 6'4". I don't even know why they re-signed Norman Powell. I think they should include him in the trade when the trade deadline comes up. That's just my opinion. Maybe packaging with a young player and a pick. Maybe you can get something, maybe you can't. Just a suggestion from EGF Hoops. And that's really just about it for this video, y'all. I do trust Dame is going to come back. And honestly, I'm not really worried about most players on this list except for Westbrook / Westbrick. I feel like everybody else will eventually get back on track. James will eventually adjust to the rules. The man's a legend. He's one of the best scorers ever. Roko, all you got to do is play some defense and get in the corner and shoot your threes. You don't got to worry about no ball movement, creating your own shot, nothing like that. I feel like he'll get back on track eventually. Dame is Dame, Harden is Harden, Roko is Roko, and Westbrook is Westbrook. And that's about it for this video, y'all. I am back posting 1 to 2 times a week on this channel and my main channel. If you love my personality or any voice or anything you liked about me, go check my main channel. I just posted on there as well. I post IRL content, lifestyle content. If you aren't into that, I do have a basketball podcast. I'm doing it with my boy Mikey Hoops. Link down in the description. I'll probably put it on the screen over my face or with just the voiceover, obviously. We post on there once a week. We aim for posting every single Monday. We talked about our preseason picks, if you want to know that, because I didn't make a video on it. Last week, we reacted to the first week of the NBA season, and this week, we're probably going to talk about James Harden and players that's not doing so well and players that are doing outstandingly. We talked about the rookies, too, last week. We're probably going to talk about them this week, too. Shout out to Scotty Barnes. Shout out to Jalen Green. Shout out to Evan Mobley. I ain't forget about you, Chris Duarte. And that's about it, y'all. Go check out my IRL channel. Go check out the podcast. I'm trying to get that podcast to at least 10 subscribers. But that's about it, y'all. I love y'all more than I love myself. Hit that sub button. Tell me what else y'all want to see from my channel. EGF Hoops is out. Peace.